Welcome everyone to our webinar today. So today we'll be talking about your pathway to international hospitality with RMC Asia. And this webinar is hosted by myself. So my name is Alicia and also by my colleague Lisa. Hi Lisa.
Hi, hello everyone.
And before we get started, I want to let you know that we have a very special announcement at the end of the session. So please stay tuned until we finish. All right, so to begin with, I'd like to give a quick introduction to RMC Asia and what we do. So RMC Asia is a Bangkok-based organization that provides cultural exchange opportunities in luxury hotels across Asia and the Middle East. So we offer programs including internships, management training opportunities, as well as contractual positions in world-class hotels in various destinations. And actually, this year is our 10-year anniversary. So we've been working for now a decade, assisting students, graduates, and young professionals with getting amazing international opportunities. All right, Lisa. So I think let's begin. The first topic that I'd like to talk about is our programs. So could you tell us what are the available program options with RMC Asia?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Alicia. So at RMC Asia, we have three different programs. Okay, we have an internship, an hospitality and business internship, that is recommended for students or fresh graduates that want to do the first experience in the hospitality industry. Then we have a management training program, which is a step further after the internship, and it is still for graduates or enrolled students. But of course, in this case, since it's something more specific, the requirement is for the students to have at least 1 year experience in the department they are applying for. This is very important, of course, because it's something that will allow you to gain more experience, okay, next to the managers or working closely with them to understand how our department work. So having 1 year experience is really fundamental. And then we also offer some contractual positions, which are are open almost to everyone, but of course, in this case as well, the requirement is to have 1 year experience in hospitality. We don't need a relevant background that could be a university degree or something specific. What matters is high school, okay? But of course, experience is very important in this contractual position program because it's to gain experience. So it's a contract, basically, working in one of the departments. For the contractual positions, we have entry-level positions. So this is what we can offer in specific departments, for example, food and beverage or front office and kitchen. So more operational departments.
All right, thank you so much for clarifying this, Lisa. So what are some key benefits and highlights actually of every program?
Okay, we can say that if you, for example, apply for an hospitality and business internship, the key benefits, okay, will be to gain experience, first, international experience, to kickstart your career in hospitality, and of course, also to travel across Asia, so discover new countries, meeting new people, create your personal portfolio, okay, and start your path, your way in this field. Do you have any other questions? You want something more specific, Alicia?
I think you've covered everything, but of course, all of our programs, participants would also gain networking opportunities as well. So they'll be able to meet other participants, interns, and trainees from other countries, as well as to interact and get mentorship from leaders and managers within the hotels.
Yeah, of course, this is very important. This is what our programs are, what our programs offer. So, of course, this networking that you can create with your colleagues, as well with the managers and other people you may know during your journey.
All right, thank you, Lisa. So, moving on, RMC Asia offers 10 destinations this year for our participants to choose from. And what key factors should participants consider when choosing the right destination for their program?
All right. So what is important to understand when you choose the destination is first the purpose of your program, so your goal. For some destinations, for example, we offer internship programs. Okay. For other, management training is more recommended, and for some others, the contractual positions are available. Let's say, for example, you want to do a management training program, okay, in hospitality. Thailand is recommended because they offer many opportunities. You have the opportunity to grow after that. So, of course, you can apply. If you're looking for an internship, for example, a 6 months internship only for your academic credits, okay, so for university, you can apply for Hong Kong, Vietnam, or Malaysia. Okay, these countries accept only enrolled students for 6 months, and the opportunities to grow in these months are very high. But if you, for example, are looking for a contractual position, what we recommend is to apply for the Middle East, so UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, because these countries have many opportunities in these terms. Uh, Also, I would like to add that, for example, after the contractual position, there is a possibility to become permanent directly with hotel, as well in some cases with the management training program. For the countries I mentioned, so for example, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Malaysia, where the requirement is to be enrolled, okay, for the entire duration of the internship, there are no many possibilities to become permanent after that. So this is something that you have to take into consideration when you apply, because it really depends on your goals. Okay.
Right, thank you, Lisa. And another thing that I would like to add is for all of our participants, when you're applying for the program, we do recommend you and encourage you to select as many destinations as you would like, because that would allow us to pick from a larger pool of hotels and opportunities that would offer you the position that you would like to get.
Yeah, exactly.
And
This
with
is a
that,
very important point. Sorry. Mhm.
no problems. Yeah, and with that in mind, please also note that visa requirements do differ by country. So even if you select the destinations that you would like and get the offer, we still also need to consider the visa process. But of course, we can help you sort this out. Okay, so moving on to the next subject, which is departments and our placement process. So, Lisa, could you please share more about the available roles and hotel departments within our programs?
Yeah, sure. So I would just like to mention that we have all the departments in hospitality. So we have more front office, so operational departments, front office, kitchen, food and beverage, leisure and spa, as well as back office department. So we also provide internship in human resources, finance, sales and marketing, revenue management. This is because we want to offer everyone the opportunity to grow, okay, to start their career in hospitality. The roles available are so many, okay, because if you, for example, take into consideration just food and beverage or front office, the roles that are included in these departments are a lot. In front office, you may have reception or concierge, customer relations, guest service. So there are so many roles in each department. What we do is working for department. So it means that when you apply, you are not applying for receptionist, okay, reception directly. You are applying for the front office. This means that when you will have the interview, you may also receive offers for different positions inside the department. This is very important because, of course, we can take into account your preferences. So, of course, if your preference is to do concierge, we will add it, okay, to your file, but you may receive opportunities also from other positions. The next question, so the time of the placement, the duration may vary because it really depends on the position that you are offered or that you are looking for. If we, for example, consider a back office position, so human resources, sales and marketing, etc. This may take a bit more time. Okay? So in general, the process is a bit longer because these positions are very competitive on the market, and the hotels may have less opportunities to hire many interns at the same time. So if, for example, in the front office or for the beverage, kitchen, leisure and spa, the duration of the application could take, let's say, 3-4 months, okay, to receive interviews. In the other departments, this may take up to 6 months. So we always ask you to be very open-minded and patient during this first step of the process, because of course we are always looking for the best opportunity, but for competitive positions, we require more time. And this is standard procedure.
All right, thank you for sharing that, Lisa. So I would also like to add that the speed and the length of your placement may also depend on your qualifications as well as your flexibility. So as we mentioned, the more destinations you select, the higher the pool of opportunities that we can pick from for you. And sometimes this may also depend on the hiring seasons. So some seasons of the year can be busier than others, and sometimes hotels can have higher requirements and more vacancies for staff. So sometimes they may want to hire seasonal staff, for example, when it's a really busy and high tourist season.
Exactly. And this is also another reason why we ask you to apply for more than one department, because of course, as well as for destinations, you may receive more opportunities.
All right, so let's talk now about the benefits that participants would receive from the host organization. So that's the hotel that they will work for.
Okay, sure. So you all know that as RMC Asia, we provide some benefits like the support, for example, for the entire duration of the program, with the administrative support for the visa process, and many other kind of supports. But what is always included in our program and provided directly by the host organization is first, the visa sponsorship. Of course, you will also receive accommodation that could be on site or off site. So if it's on site, it would be in the property or very close to the property. Okay. Off site could be located in a different area of the city. Okay. And in this second case, you may also receive an extra allowance like for local travel transportation. What else is included are on-duty meals. So generally they are 2 or 3, but they really depend on your working days and your shifts, your working hours and shifts. Generally they are 2 or 3, provided with a canteen service. Okay. And some countries may also offer an extra allowance or special discounts for the other days of the week where you're not working. For some positions, especially the ones like operational, so front office, kitchen, and leisure and spa, of course, food and beverage as well, the hotel will provide you with a uniform, okay? In some cases, even for the back office, but it's more rare, okay? And you will also have access to the laundry service for the uniform. What else? The internship is paid in any case, so all the programs are provided with a monthly allowance, which is in general around 350 US dollars paid in the local currency of the destinations you are selected for. This is different for the contractual positions because, of course, these are more sort of a job, okay? So we cannot provide a very specific amount because it depends on your experience, on the position, on the destination, but this could be higher. Okay, so let's say around 1,000 US dollars in the local currency always. So yes, just as a recap, the visa sponsorship, which is very important, is included. Accommodation, allowance, a monthly allowance, or a local travel transportation allowance, on-duty meals, and of course, your pocket money.
All right, thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing. Okay, moving on. All right. And now we've talked about the benefits provided by the host.
Mhm.
Let's talk a little bit more about RMC Asia and the professional services that we provide. So, could you give us a quick overview of that?
Sure. So as I was mentioning before, as RMC Asia, we provide you with ongoing support for the entire duration of your program. What we offer you, of course, is first our support for the administrative visa process. Okay, so we will ask you for the documents. We will guide you step by step during the process to apply for the visa. As well, we can offer you placement support and um, like travel arrangements in case you, for example, arrive in the destination, you need support to go from the airport to the hotel. Okay, we can provide this kind of support. As RMC Asia, we will always be the point of contact between you and the host organization. So we will always provide like support for the entire time. Okay, if you have any inquiries, any issue, we will always be there communicating with you them. Okay, and as I mentioned, after the program, so until the conclusion, the ending of the program, we will be your point of contact. What happens next? So this is what we do during the program. What happens next? It depends. If you are, for example, directly hired from Newtel, we only say congratulations because, of course, at this point, it will be just between you and the host organization directly. Or if you, for example, decide to extend your program, you can apply again with us and we will support you again for the entire journey.
All right, great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lisa. And
You're
just to
welcome.
clarify on your
Mhm.
points, when we say that we will support you throughout the duration of the program, this means that there will always be one person from our team, so one of RMC Asia's internship project coordinators, who will be directly in contact with you. Whenever you have any issues, any questions, you can always get in touch with us directly. All right. And one final thing, are there any extra costs coming with our programs?
All right. Yes, there are some extra costs, of course. So I mentioned the benefits before provided by the hotel. And of course, you are aware of the fees, so the registration fee with us and the professional services fee. What is not included, okay, in the program are the flight tickets, okay, the travel insurance. In general, just the first month is not covered, and then, of course, it's provided. The first month is around 30 or 40 US dollars. Okay, so it's not very expensive, but it's very important to have a travel insurance because if something should happen, we want you to be covered, okay, in this first month, especially if you're working, for example, in kitchen or food and beverage. And before applying for the visa, so it's a mandatory step for the application for the visa. What is not included are some medical tests that the embassy may ask you to provide. These are, for example, generic blood tests or a drug test, a clean criminal background check, and some diseases that could be, for example, hepatitis, tuberculosis, or HIV. So these are the extra costs that you have to take into consideration when you apply.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. So I think we've pretty much wrapped up with our topics and questions for today, but we would like to also open the floor for Q&A from our viewers. So if anybody has any questions, you can drop them in the chat or you can just let us know. You can just say them out and we can answer anything for you. All right, so I see we have a hand raised here from Amon Pet. You
Yes.
can go ahead and ask. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, thank you for sharing this kind of information to us and to our students. And the first, oh, okay. First, I would like to introduce that I studied in Thailand for 2 years, and I finished my formal internship in service and kitchen. And after that, I did a lot of part-time job in F&B preparation and service. So currently, I was looking for the internship that what can I say in the administration in the management department. like F&B administration or banquet and event department. So, and also as a Asian, like I don't want to go back to like Thailand or Vietnam or Malaysia, you know. So I'm a bit interested in Dubai, like Middle East. So is it like do you think is it good idea like to work in the administration in Dubai?
So I will take this question. So thank you very much. Yes, it could be a good option, especially if you have 1 year experience. I think that in your case, you can apply, for example, for a management training program, okay, because you already have experience. So it would be like you will be a bit overskilled for just an internship, okay? So I suggest you to apply for a management training. But what we provide is not like assistant to the manager roles or things like that. It's more you will provide support. Okay, you will observe and learn from the manager to after that become manager of the specific department you are interested in.
Yes.
Is it clear? You have something to add?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay, but of course you can apply for a different country. It's not mandatory to be always in the same one. You can apply for UAE and find out, like discover more about other countries. This will make you a very good candidate because it means that you are also open-minded in terms of destinations and that you are willing to explore, to find something new. So of course you can apply.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much for your question, and thank you, Lisa, for answering this. I believe we have one more in the chat. So, yeah, Kimberly, uh, I'll just read it out for you here. So, Kimberly is asking, could you please repeat the part where you talked about countries that offer permanent positions in terms of internship and the ones that are ideal for 6 months?
Yes, sure. So thank you, Kimberly, for your question. So the countries that offer permanent position, which are more contractual position, okay, so it's not permanent, could be up to 3 years, from 1 to 3 years. Then what happens later is directly with the hotel, so we cannot guarantee. These countries are especially UAE, Qatar, Oman, and Bahrain, so the Middle East in general. They have more contractual positions to offer. Instead, the others that are only open for 6 months are Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Malaysia. These only 6 months because they have very strict requirements when we talk about the visa. Okay, so it's only for enrolled students for the entire duration of the program with no possibility of an extension. If you want to get an extension, you should apply again, but the requirement to be enrolled is mandatory. So if during this time, for example, you finish, you graduate, you should apply for other countries, okay, that offer longer internship programs. So for example, Thailand or the others are open up to 12 months, okay? Or after that, if you, for example, gain 1 year experience, you can apply for a management training or a contractual position in another country.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Kimberly, does this answer your question? Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then we have one more question from Andrea. So Andrea's asking more about the management training program in Thailand.
Okay, Andrea, what is your question? What would you like to know more? Like the duration, what are your duties? What would you like to better understand? Because I can tell you that the duration, for example, it starts with 6 months up to 18 months. This is valid for all the management training programs. Okay. The minimum is always 6 months for all for the internship and the management training. So this is a requirement. The internship is up to 12 months, management training up to 18 months. Of course, you can choose something in between. You don't need to apply for 18 months directly if you, for example, want to stay there for 10 months or 1 year. Okay, it's totally fine. But this is something that you will discuss with the hiring managers during the interview. The duties, they really depends on the position you're applying for, but overall is a program that we suggest if you want to learn about gaining managerial skills. So it could be, for example, you will observe your manager, the manager of the department, working closely with him to better understand how the department is working. This is for you to gain more experience in this managerial field, and after that you may also become a manager. It really depends on your performance, of course, but it's to gain this kind of skills. Have I answered your questions, or you have something more to add, Andrea? Okay, perfect.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your question, and thank you, Lisa. I think we have a follow-up from Kimberly. So for the placement for the internship in the Middle East, how long is the wait duration? Is it the same as the wait time as Thailand or Hong Kong? So asking about the waiting duration to get placement, I believe.
Yeah, but it really depends because, of course, as I mentioned before, it depends on the opportunity. So on the positions you're applying for. For back office positions, the duration is basically always the same. So let's say up to 6 months because it's a competitive market. So the opportunity may be fewer and the duration a bit longer. But of course, we always try our best. For like food and beverage, front office, the time are shorter because we have more opportunities there. Of course, it's something that the hotel are always looking for someone new to hire. So of course, we have more shorter times, okay, to place you. But in general, overall, the entire duration of the program, so interview process and visa application, could take up to 6 months over in general and in total. Because of course, there are some procedural times that we cannot control, okay, they are out of our control. For example, the visa. If you apply for the visa, this could take a few weeks as well as a few months if there are issues for the embassy, for example, or they have a high demand for visa, so the process may be slower. So it really depends. That's why we suggest to apply months in advance. If you, for example, have a mandatory internship to do with your school, for example, let's say you want to start in May, a good moment to apply could be January, okay, depending, of course, on the position. But if you want to be placed in that time, or more or less in, like, let's say, a few weeks before or later, we always suggest to apply at least 4 months in advance, because this will allow us to share the opportunities, to have time to, of course, also for you to consider all the opportunities you receive.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Kimberly, I hope this answers your question. Okay, perfect. So I think that will be all for our Q&A session as we're running out of time. However, I do have the special surprise announcement. So we're offering a special discount for our webinar attendees, which is 20% off all program fees. So this is kind of a thank you to all of you for taking your time to join our webinar. So we're offering 20% off on both the registration and the professional services fees. However, this is only valid until the first week of March, so until March 7th of this year. And yeah, this is a great chance for you to kickstart your career, your international hospitality journey, and to join an internship in your dream country. So if you're interested, you can get in touch with us about this. Of course, there are some terms and conditions that apply, but we can address this on an individual case basis. Oh, I have a raised hand from Andrea. Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Hello. I wanted to ask about this because I already like signed in and I'm just waiting for my interview of 30 minutes. Does still apply this offer or it has to be like new members only?
So this offer will still be valid for you as long as we find you eligible and qualified for our program. So after you complete your interview with one of our team members, then they will let you know whether you're qualified, and then we can apply this special discount for you.
Okay, but so the thing is that the earliest available for do like this 30 minutes talk, it's like 19 of March. So that will be like impossible to this offer. To use this offer because there's no like earliest time slots available.
I think for that, Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, if you've already sent us your CV and you've already booked your interview, we can kind of keep you on the waiting list. And then once you do the interview and we find you eligible and qualified, then you can still take this
Yeah,
offer.
sure. I think we can arrange that. And of course, during the interview, remind the recruiter that you attended the webinar. Okay, so it's just for us to know. But of course, we can hold it if you already booked.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Another question, another reason?
Yeah.
Yes, so if I apply my internship in Dubai with RMC Asia, so are you guys choosing the hotel for me, or I need to choose myself? I need to tell you guys like which department, which hotel that I will have to do internship? Yes, that's it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you repeat, please? I had a
Okay.
problem. No problem. I had a problem with my internet and the connection abandoned.
Yes. Yes. My question is if I will have to do internship in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
so if I apply with RMC Asia, like so RMC Asia is choosing the hotel for me, or I need to choose the hotel myself and a department that I will have to do, and I told you guys that I will have to do in this hotel, and
Mm-hmm.
you going to like procedure for me, or how is the process?
No. Okay, so now I got it. No, when you apply, you are not applying for an hotel specific or a brand. So what you do is applying for the country, okay, the entire country. So not a city or a brand. And you will receive interviews directly from the hotels that are interested in your profile, so that are looking for you, okay? And this means that you will receive more opportunities, okay? But you don't have to look for the hotel yourself. We will share your resume with all the brands we have as partners in the country, and then you will receive interviews from them. But no, of course, you don't have to look for something yourself, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much. And I see we have another question from Kimberly, so I will take that one. So Kimberly's asking, how can we start the process? Should we just start by applying and the registration process, and what are the steps? So the first step that you can take from here is you can just scan this QR code on the screen. So it will take you to our landing page where you can find out some more information about our programs, as well as fill in an application form at the bottom of the page. So either that, or you can also send us your updated CV to apply@rmcasia.org and let us know that you've attended the webinar and you're interested in applying. So I'm just going to send the email in the chat. So for everyone, if you want to apply, you can either scan the QR code or you can just send us an email. All right, I hope this answers your question. All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so with that, I think we can wrap up our session as we're a little bit over time. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining and asking us so many questions. I hope we've answered all of them well. If you have any further questions, you can please feel free to email us at info@rmcasia.org. So just the email on the screen. And we will also send you all a recording of this webinar so you can come back and review it if you have any further questions. Thank you so much, Lisa, as well, for helping me host this.
Thank you. Thank you all, and thank you, Alicia.
All right, thank you. Bye, everybody. See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye-bye.